Nina was so terrified that she broke the cup. She put the pieces of the cup into the cabinet, but when she opened the cabinet again, the cup turned back to its original form. What else? Nina put the damaged doll in the cabinet. Sure enough, the doll was repaired. She tore up the book, putting it into the cabinet and locking the cabinet with a key. The next second, the miracle happened again. It was so amazing. Nina immediately realized these crazy things had something to do with the key on the cabinet. Strange things had happened recently at her home. First, there were often whispers in the house. Bode followed the whispers. He found all kinds of magic keys, the keys that could repair the item. But just one of them was the master key. With the master key, you could travel through space. Also, it could open the world in the mirror, including access to the brain, and be able to watch one's memories. At that time, a woman suddenly jumped out of the well. She was familiar with the keys, cheating Bode to take the master key and forcing him to find the golden key and give it to her. Slowly, Bode found out it seemed that only he could hear the key. It was like the key was calling him, telling him to come and get it, becoming the guardian of the magical keys. But obviously, there were more keys in the house. That night, the keys whispered again. Bode followed the sound to the study room. He discovered in a painting, there was a skeleton key. Bode took it out. Then, he stared at a door of the room again because the pattern on the door lock was just like the one on the key. After unlocking the door, he found that it led straight out of the house. Bode just raised his feet to go out. Was he out of his body? He was floating. He flew straight into the sky, walking excitedly through the forest. Just then, he found behind the forest, it was his cemetery. The ghost of the old man suddenly spoke, making Bode scared. After talking to him, he found out that the ghost was his great-grandfather and learned that his dad and uncle had come here with the key. Were they also the guardians of the key house? Because his dad was murdered a few months ago, Bode had to ask his uncle the origin of these magic keys. His uncle looked at him blankly. He seemed to have no memory of these. He hadn't figured it out yet. So what exactly had happened? The key called for Bode again. But it seemed that this time, it was not only him who heard it. Tyler and Kinsey followed the sound to the piano. When they opened it, they found the key stuck in the seam. The three siblings gathered by the piano. Looking at this new key, Bode found out at a glance that the pattern on the key was similar to the one on the box. But when they opened the box with the key, it was just an ordinary music box. No magic was found, but since both of them could hear the key, it meant that they were all guardians of the key house. Tyler decided to separate the keys and set rules so the other two had to abide before using the keys. But Kinsey was not satisfied with the arrangement. She shut him up angrily. The next second,
Alright, very funny.
His mouth was zipped up. Kinsey ordered him to slap himself. The magic of the music box was to control others. Only the person who inserted the key into the lock could order. Having such a good thing, she naturally thought of getting back at her rival at school. Kinsey took the music box to school. Her next goal was the girl who made her life miserable at school. Kinsey told the girl's name to the music box. The girl immediately fell to the ground. The blonde girl said that she was just joking around. As a result, she received unexpected applause. When Kinsey's friend saw it, he wanted to try it, too.
Stand up. Get on the table.
What the hell?
The blonde girl went straight to the table and did a wave of free breaststroke. Everyone took out their mobile phones and took pictures of her. After seeing the video, Tyler blamed Kinsey for using the key without permission. Just then, the whispers came again. They found the cemetery. The discovery came from the vase in front of the tombstone. They found the key in the shape of a flower inside. Not far away, a tree was shining. Kinsey immediately inserted the key into the trunk. Then, some luminous bottles kept popping up on the ground. Tyler took it up and had a look inside it. He found that this was what his uncle was missing, the memory of the magic keys. In the memory, his dad killed his high school classmate. But according to the rumors in the town, he was the one who got killed. The siblings suddenly realized their dad didn't want to go back to the key house before was because of this. Did the crime have anything to do with this? Behind these keys, how many more secrets were hidden? To find out the truth, Kinsey stole away the memory key, then showed it to her uncle. But her uncle couldn't remember anything. He just felt the scene was very familiar. He felt uncomfortable after watching it. But in a moment, her uncle immediately returned to normal. It seemed that nothing happened just then. Kinsey got nothing from him. But she didn't have time to think of it. What the hell is going on? A man broke the glass and sneaked into the house. He walked upstairs with a gun. Nina immediately noticed the sound outside of her room. When she came out to check, the gun was aimed at her head. She was so surprised to find out that this man was no one else but the murderer who killed her husband a few months ago. But shouldn't he be in prison? Why was he here? Things became more and more complicated.